if it's a normal poem, it can be, okay, if you are sparkle, people sparkle, dull, people be dull. Done away with it? Not with vulgar. It goes deeper. If you are among the sparkling people, sparkle. If you are among the pale people, become white. And for this word pale, he uses a word, again, I don't think many of the Tamilians will know. Even Tamilians will not know. So it's called Veliru. Any of you know Veliru? As a wood.
White.
Common word.
Meaning?
White
Pale, but Veliru is actually wood. Which stage you use the word Veliru? You know why a leaf is, say now they gifted this leaf is there, right? It's green. Why it is green? Why a leaf is green? Why plants are green? Because of a light absorbing pigment called chlorophyll. Right? When a plant loses its greenness, how it will lose? For example, if there is a tree trunk and it is infested with pests, then this infest will eat the chlorophylls, then the wood is dead. When the wood is dead, it will become very pale. Right? So he calls the idiots that these are pale people. When you are with the sparkling people, sparkle. But when you are with the pale people, he doesn't say you become pale. He says become white. You become more drowned than the pale people. Why? Again, there is a beautiful interpreter for Thirukural, and he's called Parimal. Parimal is giving a beautiful meaning, practical meaning to this. When you show your intelligence to the intelligent people, they will love it. When you show your intelligence to a fool, he will hate you. When you show to the fool that you are also a fool, you will probably be okay. But you can actually make the fool happy by projecting that you are fooler than him. How practical it can be. So you are not only handling the fool, you are actually mastering the fool. So I normally feel, and of course people call this ethical, but I don't think Thirukural is ethical in all its sense, because many of the ethics we don't follow. For example, Thirukural says, don't eat meat. I don't think many of the Thirukural followers say that I will not eat meat because Thirukural is saying. Right? So they will take what is adoptable, what is not. But in that way, I feel that every language, every literature, we have to sort of approach it in a... I actually gave a speech to one school about how to love, based on just Thirukural, how to love. And the people who invited me, they thought that I am a foreign service officer, old man, I will give some advice to the students. But it was laughed at. All +1, +2 students, and they all laughed up. But to my surprise, many of the parents wrote to me later. That it was wonderful, and Thirukural came to us in a very new light. So I am always looking for ways that we can actually reinterpret our language. In Chinese, the word making is very difficult, because in Tamil we have a saying that a word, how do you distinguish, you are all linguists, right? How do you distinguish a sound, a phoneme, and a word? Right? Sound is a sound. Phoneme is a unit of a sound which makes a word. But for example, in Hindi or Tamil, in Tamil let's say va. Va is also a sound. Va is a phoneme. Va as a word means come. The va becomes a word when it adds a meaning. So in Tolkappiyam, one of the oldest grammar book, we have a line that Ella Sollum Porul Kurithu. If there is a word, there is a meaning to it. In Chinese, as I said, you don't have alphabet. So if somebody has to call me Dharan, normally my name is Sridharan. if somebody has to write Sridharan, in Tamil you can write Sridharan, and in Hindi you can write Sridharan, in Odia you can write, any language you can write. Chinese, no. Because Sri will have a meaning, Da will have a meaning, Ra will have a meaning, In will have a meaning. For example, Coca-Cola. There is a sound called Coca-Cola in Chinese you can put together. It will actually mean something that you can't put in your mouth because it stinks. That's the meaning of it, Coca-Cola. So obviously you cannot call it Coca-Cola. So just to make a word in Chinese, it's very interesting. Right? And similarly in Tamil also now I'm finding that many people are making new words. I always say that learn, remember the past, but reinvent for today. I went through these books. Fortunately, Professor Arvind sent 3 copies of these books. Such a treasure, absolutely such a treasure. In terms of what is, I'm looking forward to read them again. I browsed some of them. See, basically, one is, it is a comparative part of it. There are 2 books which are comparing. One is about comparing the Tamil classical literature and in a comparative way, how to compare. Second one, which I think Narayanan did, where it talks about how is Tamil, in Tamil we have 2 types of ancient literature. One talks about expressionable, outwardly expressionable poems. Another is internal poems. You cannot express it. So he is comparing it with Sanskrit poems, which are standalone poems. So these are 2 comparisons. In the second one, there is also a translation element of it. He has taken some translation of this. And the third book is a complete translation where he has done, Naresh has done, he has taken from French, he has translated. Fourth book is a travelogue which Tamil Bharathan has done about his visit to Sri Lanka. Then there are 3 books which are about the personalities. Okay? Annamalai, Balasubramanya, and Sundaram. These are all doyens. I actually met Balasubramanya sir in JNU. Just to see the range of books, the range of work they are doing. When Tamil Bharathan once invited me, I'm going to conclude with this. When Tamil Bharathan invited me to speak for one of the events in JNU, he asked me to speak about diplomacy and translation. We use translation for our diplomatic work around the world because you have to speak to other countries, other languages. And we have a lot of insider jokes and we have a lot of insider stories. But I realized that having done almost 25, 27 years, I've never spoken about the interpretation and the languages in diplomacy. So I told him straight away that I can't do it. I'm practicing it, but I've never spoken about it. So I have to start everything. He said, try it on yourself. Please try. So I tried, and after 2-3 days, I confirmed. Okay, something is coming up, I'll speak. At the end of the speech, this is what I said, and I'm going to end with this. This is what I want to say here also. At the end of the speech, I said that I always consider the youngsters as very impractical. They don't know what can be done, what should be done. They're very rash. Thankfully, because of them, the language grows, the culture grows. So I dedicate my speech to the youngsters who have contributed. I also want to thank Professor Arvind and Chandrasekhar who guided them, and under your guidance, they are doing spectacular work. I look forward to more of these opportunities. Thank you for that.
Thank you very much, sir. Next, I humbly request the Honorable Vice Chancellor of JNU to deliver the presidential.
Respected Thiru Maalan, Narayanan, Thiru Sridharan Madhusudhanan, Professor Damodaran, Dean, Professor Rashtriya, and different faculty, as students and everybody, ellarkum vanakkam. Andaru mahanubhavulki na shatakoti namaskaram. And I can say in Marathi also, Sagranchi Meri Namaskar. Ellarkum Namaskara. So here we are very happy to have two stalwarts to talk to you, not in Tamil but in English. So it helps most of you understand the ancient language Tamil. Sir, we have started this. We had the Honorable Governor of Puducherry and Telangana, Tamilisai Soundararajan, who was here along with the Speaker of the Pondicherry Assembly. First day we had a speech on Subrhamanya Bharati in Hindi by Dr. N. Lakshmi Aiyar, and then we had a temple architecture. Because now what we are thinking now at least is we are not just going to remain, we are implementing NEP 2020. So this is part of that implementation where we think all languages of India need to be at least heard, if not understood already. First let them hear the sounds that are different, and we want to make these centers of not only language but literature, culture, art and architecture. So we want to bring in Tamil culture with its temple architecture, whatever is different from, and at the same time uniting. What we also find is not only the difference, but we are so similar. Like Sir was telling me in Manipur, there are a lot of similarities between Tamil Vaishnavism and Manipur Vaishnavism. So he was asking me, how do you think they traveled? I said, maybe sea. So, this is something in JNU we want to do. If JNU does something, we get a huge publicity. And we are very, the press is greatly in love with us and they give us a good, so I thought why not we do these academic activities after I took over 10 months back. And also Hindi as also a language, they have helped us. We have translated Tolkapiyam into Hindi. And then also Odia literature, they have done a lot of work. 10 books have been translated into English and Hindi. So basically here we want to unite India, because the belief of all of us here is that Indian literature, language, culture is one, though written in different languages. So we want to start the School of Indian Languages, where these special centers will be put on. And with, we know that the government is a little tight on the purse. So we decided to get this corpus from the different state governments. And here I would like to record my thanks to the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, Thirukural, who was very, very generous in giving us 10 crores. We are going on 21st December. He has given us time to collect the check in Chennai. So I thank him. Because of this became a domino effect. Yesterday we had the Assamese educational advisor to the CM and the Education Ministry, Dr. Nani Gopal Mahanta, and the Education Secretary, who came. They want to start the Shankar Deva Chair and Center for Assamese. They have also promised 10 crores. And Kannada, we are talking to them. I'll be meeting Ashwath Narayanan, going to Vijaypura. And they are also positive. Odisha government is very important. So we have at least 40 crores that have been promised to us. And from the private sector, especially for Tamil, I've got promise from 2 philanthropists. One is Shivnadar and the other is Sundar Pichai. They said whatever the government gives you, we will give you double or match it. So Tamil, there is, yeah. So maybe I'm very good at begging. So, but I'm doing it for JNU. Sir, we are running under the 130 crore deficit. So, pichai vaangatla kuda oru nalla pichai vaangalaanu. Our pere pichai, so pichai in Tamil means begging. So, if you see so JNU wants to bring in the School of Indian Languages and to implement the Prime Minister's vision and mission of a single India, because he has been to Tamil Sangamam, which has proper to the large extent got Subrhamanya Bharati, Thirukural, everybody, people at least know the names. And many people are very appreciative. We want JNU because we think other universities will follow us once Jawaharlal Nehru University. Why? Because let me tell you, sir, after I took over just 2 weeks back in the QS international ratings, JNU has jumped to 20 ranks. We have beaten the 500, yes, with 361, beating all the IITs, except Delhi, which is 1 rank ahead of us, and Bombay, 60 ranks ahead of us. So that is thanks to all this faculty who are doing very good work, but unfortunately they don't publicize. So I tell them that Nirmal Anand research doesn't work. Silos, you have to get it out and get it to people because it has to benefit society as well as other students. So we want to, go into this, and we are also going to have small courses, that is certificate and diploma courses. Like let's say somebody wants to learn Tamil, they don't want to do an MA. Can he learn for 3 months, just communication, Tamil communication? Or let's say a company is setting up in Madras or Tamil Nadu some factories. They want to learn Tamil communication or reading, basic. Can we do such certificate course? All our languages, including sir is heading the foreign languages. We teach 23 of them. Yes, Bhasha, Malaysia. Recently the Malaysian government, I'll be going to Malaysia. They are giving us the chair now, Bhasha Malaysia. And even Defence Ministry has moved their lab to JNU. And we are working closely with the government. So we take this as an opportunity of being, one of the catalysts where we can unite India. And I'm happy that JNU got more publicity than Tamil Sangamam. This was a confession made by the minister that, the press gave us a very good, on one day we were all over the press, day before yesterday, on the first day, sir. So that is the effect of JNU, and I want our good work by our scholars, teachers. Shobha is doing very good work from French to Tamil and Tamil to French. We are having a lot of in other languages also, Hindi, we are having many works that are being. So we want to showcase this and also benefit students all over India. So we are also going into hybrid learning, virtual classroom. We also want to become the first 5G university, so that, the Prime Minister's dream that JNU knowledge can also be, used by other students. That is something we are going. So we have a lot of ambitious products. We have just begun with this, sir, and the first donation came from Tamil Nadu government. We thank the Chief Minister, and he has proved lucky for us. We have got after that 50 crores. So the ministry is happy that we are there, generating our own funds and not asking for positions from the government. And at the same time, we are happy to tell you that your minister is also our alumnus, and Nirmala Sitharaman is our alumnus, and RCP Singh. So we are very proud of them, and we want to say that Jawaharlal Nehru University is one of the most nationalistic universities. Why? Because every Army, Air Force, Navy gets their degree from JNU. All of them are affiliated to JNU. NDA, IMA, National Academy, everybody, sir. I sign on their certificates, yes. So JNU is nationalistic. Maybe we have a lunatic fringe, which I don't deny, but at the same time our students are very good. Welcome to both of you to a university that represents excellence with equality and equity, inclusion with integrity and innovation. And we also mix here, my scholars work, connect tradition with modernity, realm with region, change with continuity, and myth with reality. Thank you once again. Vargave, Vargave. Ellarkum vanakkam, nandri.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I humbly request the chief guest, Maalan Narayanan, who is a journalist cum writer, to deliver the keynote address on the topic Thirukural is things below.
Am I audible? Yes. Thank you, madam, for your generous introduction to JNU. This has really helped me because whenever I get an invitation from JNU, I am excited as well as I am scared. I have spoken in quite a few universities, including foreign universities, but whenever I get an invite from JNU, I'm excited because I'll be talking to scholars. I'm also scared because you have to be very careful when you are talking to the scholars. You cannot do some half-hearted job. And thank you, Sridhar. You have made my work easier, but also you have made it tougher. You have made it easier by talking about Valluvar, but you have made it tougher because I should rise up to match what you have said. Sridhar is a long-time friend, and I had the pleasure of publishing him when he was writing as a student for magazines. And journalism has lost a good journalist, but that was the gain of foreign service. In a way, that is also a contribution of Tamil journalism to the nation building. At the outset, let me thank the revered Chancellor, the revered Vice Chancellor, and beloved Professor Narayanan for this meaningful initiative. It's my privilege and pleasure to be with you to share thoughts on Valluvar, whom I consider as a bard of universal human. I said this is a meaningful initiative, not just to flatter her or him, but because I think they are carrying out an obligation or a responsibility that is entrusted to all of us by our beloved Prime Minister. Prime Minister had been speaking about Thirukural wherever he goes and whatever be the occasion. In 2020, he spoke, as far as I could count, he spoke almost 10 times in a year on different occasions. He spoke about Thirukural in Ladakh. He spoke about Thirukural in United Nations. He spoke about Thirukural in Gujarat. He spoke about Thirukural in Malaysia. So it is quite obvious that that's not a political, he's not using Thirukural as a political rhetoric. And to be frank, if somebody quotes Thirukural in Tamil Nadu, he may not get votes, probably he may lose votes. Because as Sridhar says, we are far from the ethics of what Thirukural is trying to put forth. So I was taken by that, and I wrote in my weekly column in a popular Tamil weekly called Kumudam about that he is going around and speaking about Thirukural. To my surprise, the very next day, he tweeted in his own handle, enclosing my article, and asking more young people to read Thirukural and get benefit out of it. In a way, I was happy because it is very rare for Tamil journalists to see that Prime Minister is reading what you are writing and getting appreciated by him. But it was also scary because perhaps somebody is watching you, what you are writing. But today, JNU and the revered Vice Chancellor and Professor Ramayan has taken that initiative of taking Thirukural to the younger minds. Thirukural has impacted the great minds of our time. And to name a few are Dr. Albert Fisher, Nobel laureate, Rabindranath Tagore, another Nobel laureate, and and Professor Kanizul. So, the great minds from different walks of life, from social service, from academics, from literature, so it has impacted various great minds of our time. And interestingly, the most among them, or so the well-known name among them, is Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi came to know about Thirukural even before he became a Mahatma. Probably Thirukural made him a Mahatma. He was reading a letter written by Leo Tolstoy to one Thakurnath Das. Thakurnath Das was a rebellion. He was a member of that well-known Anushilin Samiti, which was advocating for an armed revolution against British colonialism. So he wrote a letter to Leo Tolstoy describing the plight of Indians under the colonial rule and sought his moral support for the struggle. Tolstoy wrote him back. Tolstoy sent him a reply, and in which he said, a commercial company enslaved a nation